It is a rivalry that has been forged in fire for over a century. For one side, the ultimate glory awaits today. Other, the cruelest of April Good Fridays. A mixture of memories and desire. This could be a classic. Early touch for Wigan. Early possession for Wigan. And how important these early few moments for both sides.
Yeah, they sure are. It's important to get an early carry, an early field for the Wigan Warriors, Junior and Mbye. Well, what a contest, what a battle that'll be between the two back rowers in Curtis Sirenan. Two powerful, huge men. As Cade Ellis, he looks to carry on play for 22 metres away from their end. A decent opening set defensively from the Saints. They've got one more to deal with.
Well, Byrne with that challenge. Left it comes inside as Smith kicks away, and a catch for Tristan Saylor, who looks for any sign of weakness in that oncoming Wigan defensive line, and there's your answer. None to be found. So a chance for St Helens to settle their early nerves.
Well, Tristan Saylor, of course, has played in many games in the NRL, but he may not have played in an atmosphere and intensity quite like this one. Shot on Percival for Mbye.
Mbye. Here's Wormsley carting it forward, another of those who is very much a veteran of this particular occasion. Now Matty Lees. Moses Mbye stands again. 5 gone. Here comes the last. Swung back to this young fella. Whitby puts it up in the air. Kick is high and hanging, and Marshall will catch safely enough. Again, the chase is very efficient, and he's going to be stopped there. Now, we're getting news of a late team change on the bench from the Wigan side. Jenna can tell us more about that. Jenna.
Yeah, afternoon, Dave. I can tell you that in the warm-up, Patrick Mago felt a little ill, so he is now out, and Tom Forber has come in. So Forber, of course, starting on the bench.
Thank you, Jenna. Well, Wigan are making ground here.
Yeah, Wigan. Cruz leaving, gets a quick play of the ball. Sam Walters started the first time in 2025 last week and keeps his place.
Got big raps off his coach, didn't he? Playing down the middle of the park.
Yeah, fantastic game from him.
This is Ellis with a step. St Helens defenders trying to get to him, as they are with this fella now, as Field hops and skips another yard or two. Leaning, this is the last. Wigan still penned inside their own half, so it's another of those important boots. This is Harry Smith's this time, and the kick is long to Saylor, and Saylor comes skirting back in there as quickly as possible and collides. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other come head-to-head there, and Bevan French came worst off on that occasion.
Yeah, Saylor gets rid of French, but Liam Farrell, and a decent run here.
Oh, that's a good
carry.
What a run
that is.
That is a good carry. Taking St Helens a little further downfield than they might have expected at this particular point of the game. Matty Lees again, just inside enemy territory. It's worked towards this right-hand side. That was Murphy, this is Lees. Lees now felled. And Mbye. Whitby to his right was calling for that, but it's gone back to the middle, and instead the muscularity of Wormsley. And that is 5. So one last play. Mbye skipping it back to Whitby again. Walters was chasing hard to make his presence felt, but the kick was still a good one. So high, towering, so when Marshall catches it, there's very little he can do with it.
Well, we saw it last week against Wakefield. Exactly the same style, the high-hanging kick from young Whitby just took Tom Johnson out the game. And I think the tactic's the same for Liam Marshall.
Well, that's the head-to-head in Super League. That is in the last, what, 30 years or so. St Helens edging it 48 points to 42, or 48 wins to 42. 4 of those have been drawn as well, but like we said earlier, you go back to 1895 for the first one of this particular meeting between these two clubs. It's Leeming coming left, and now Smith, and Field is joining in, trying to create some space and half through, but an important lunging tackling effort from Whitby to drag him down, and Smith just content with a dinked little kick at the end of it all, and Saylor looks to bring it back again, and they're heading for the touchline.
Yeah, French he got on the outside of Wellesby on the far side, and Field almost just goes through. But an important tackle there by Whitby. John Bennison clattered.
One thing this game never lacks is physicality and intensity.
Yeah.
That's a given, an absolute given. Walmsley's lost the ball. A straightforward drop. Going to carry on, being urged to carry on, but the referee will give the advantage here. And what can Field do with this? If he doesn't get much further, they go back for the scrum, they will. And there's a look of frustration, and quite obviously why.
Yeah, 5 minutes in, and Walmsley, he just has a little look just before he collects that ball, just there. A slight look at the presence of Kade Ellis in front of him, and he does enough. He spills the ball 40 metres away, and the door of opportunity opens up for the Warriors here on Good Friday.
Well, the Wigan fans in terrific voice, the St Helens fans, just for the moment, and it is only for the moment. It's a little mooted because their team are under pressure here. Harry Smith with the feed. Field's gone left, but the ball's going right. Miski's come in from that right wing to have a little look at the action. Leeming. Back with Smith, and then Ellis, and Ellis just putting his body into the line. 3 defenders grabbing a hold and putting him down. Now it's with Bird. Edging closer. Leeming. Smith suddenly run back towards the middle of the field. Walters now. The big man, the tall man, urging his body through, but they've got a hold of him. Legs, arms. Oh, and he was held, and then the ball came out. The referee's seen it as a ball steal. So it's a penalty right in front of the sticks. Is it a no-brainer? 2 points here, Kyle?
Yeah, sure is. 2 points here. Gifted to the Wigan Warriors. Moses Mbye just couldn't resist.
Nose in that,
and the strip on Sam Walters off the back of Walmsley's error. Means that Wigan will just edge ahead by 2 points in the opening stages.
Sam, 10 metres, yeah?
He's having an impact, isn't he? There's Walters, and Joe Field just having a little chat with the referee here.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. Yeah, I got you.
Obviously something not to his pleasure a little earlier there, Joe Field. Referee's promising it won't happen again.
You get that, Keith, yeah?
Smith
be careful on that.
to settle himself here. No Adam Kieran, of course, and it's going to be for some time. It'll be no Adam Kieran for Wigan because of his injury. But it's not a bad replacement, is it? Harry Smith, already 15 goals so far this season. And right in front of the sticks and into the teeth of the gale of the St Helens fans behind those sticks. You'd still back him, and over it goes. And Wigan lead by 2 points to 0.
Yeah, first points of the afternoon, Dave. Fall to the home team. But again, St Helens' inability to get through that set. They crack first. A penalty given away off the back of the error. And it's 2-0. Points maybe are a premium. A smart play by Harry Smith. Straight in front of the post, 10 metres out. Of course you're going to take it.
Well, how do they view the opening 8 minutes or so, both those coaches, do you reckon?
Well, probably both pleased with the physicality of the opening exchanges. But for St Helens, again, completions are a must in these big games. There's still plenty of time.
Sailor with a restart. It's an awkward bobble, but connected safely enough in the end. And Wigan looking to build from the back once more in the first instance with Byrne, who's spun to the ground by that oncoming St Helens defence. Here comes Farrell. Just tottering forward again. He's not seen much of the recent sunshine, has he, Liam Farrell, as pale as ever. Leeming stands and waits. December was pawing the ground on the other side, but it's gone to Ellis instead. And Leeming waiting again. St Helens putting tight restrictions on this Wigan go forward at the moment. And they've made 5 tackles, with Wigan having advanced only just beyond their 30-metre mark. The kick has depth, but it's a catch from Sailor, who travelled across there well enough. And now it's back with Lewis Murphy. Played in that first game of the season, didn't he, against Salford, and got a hamstring injury. He only came back last week against Wakefield, so still relatively fresh. New signing for St Helens this year. Back from Australia. Here's Percival. And Moses Mbye goes jogging across there to take on his role again.
That's depth on that. That's the ball. Third.
3 tackles gone, very nearly halfway reached.
Wait, go free.
Mbye.
Free,
This is Whitby.
free, that's fine.
Back inside to Walmsley, and Walmsley's making tracks here and taking Leeming with him and gets a pass away, but Mbye can't keep hold of that. There was a confusion of St Helens bodies in there, and he's given us an offside, not just a knock-on, so it's doubly damning from Saints' point of view.
Yeah, it was a neat little play. As George Whitby just snaps off his right foot. Walmsley out the back. Just there, Morgan Knowles does enough to attract Walters on Walmsley. Gets past Ellis, almost gets past Leeming. And the ball spilled by Mbye into the back of Whitby, and therefore the penalty is given.
So St Helens are back on the back foot. Wigan looking to turn the screw after that little bit of luck from their point of view. 11 minutes played, as ever in derby days. Time goes so quickly. Here's Walters. Still just that 2 points from the boot of Harry Smith. The difference between these two sides, though, at this early stage. Ellis now drags himself forward again. Numbers in the tackle, slowing things down, putting him to ground. So Saints defenders, Morgan Knowles able to retreat back into that defensive line before the ball is played. French, short, and Farrell going not much further. Leeming goes to that right-hand side where Bevan French is waiting and creating numbers here, and the kick is for Miski to chase, and the dive was good. But back there was Wellesby to clear things up. And it is going to be a St Helens penalty as well.
Yeah, it was a beautiful short side play. And Bevan French, a neat little kick.
We've deemed that Leeming is offside and he's active.
And he's deemed offside. It's Cruz Leeming. I think it is.
Offside and active.
Offside, Leeming, stay behind.
And just a little show and go down there. Just create space. Bevan French slides the ball through.
Yeah. So no part in the actual play, but would have been in the defender's mind there as a potential part in that play.
Yeah.
Which is why he was active. So the penalty for Saints. As we've said before, a twinge in that rule this year, but hopefully for the better.
Junior, wait.
Mbye. There's Whitby again, just offering it off to Walmsley.
Oh, look borderline that.
Two. Movement, kid. Liam Byrne. Go, 2. Back foot's with me.
Mbye picks it out.
2.
This is Knowles. Knowles driving deeper inside that Wigan half here. It was borderline, wasn't it?
Yeah, we've seen them go the other way, but Wellesby now Percival.
Back on the inside again, that familiar angle of his, and when he can't make progress, he does well to keep it alive. And this now is Saylor, and Saylor skipping past Nsemba and gets a pass away to Whitley on this right-hand side. But he finds Harry Smith for unwanted company. Knowles. Just a little bit of a buckle in that Wigan defensive line. 1 play to go in this set. Whitby carries well, puts it out to Saylor. Saylor now to Whitley, and he's got no further to travel because of that wall of defenders. And they hand it over 10 from that Wigan line.
Yeah, just run out of space in the end. Well defended by the left edge of Wigan. They turn the ball over. And this is where both sides, this is where they both like to assert their dominance defensively. Getting teams coming out of corners with difficult carries. Having said that, Jake Wardle, one of the best centres in the competition. His footwork, so good.
Well, these are the early stats. You can see that Wigan dominating possession so far, and a 100% completion rate to St Helens 50%. I mean, that'll change, but at this stage, that's a startling difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mistakes are all St Helens, that would suggest.
Move, Jack. Back Moses, Matty. Go.
And here comes Leeming. And Ellis back for Smith, who puts the kick on. There's no real chase on here, and it's not a 40-20 attempt. It's just a way of getting that ball downfield and putting St Helens inside their own territory and getting up there to make sure that Saylor doesn't return too much.
It's the first time he's been able to find the floor, Tristan Saylor.
Denison.
He finds the floor, but it's on his back.
Skidding up and dumped down. One of those big hits in rugby league that is still legal. They're still allowed. There's still some physicality in the game.
And a couple of them already is Benison. Matty Lees with a direct carry. Does well there.
Lees to within 5 of the halfway line. And Mbye, oh, another set of 6. Another set here. Too much going on in the tackle from the referee's point of view. And so St Helens start in good position with 5 more plays to come here. Whitby dummies. Nothing really on. Has to take it on.
Stand, kid. Wait. Go 2. 2.
This is Wellesby. Back inside for Wickley.
Junior. Cruz. Wait. Go.
Mbye to the middle. Knowles now. Just sole one intention in his mind. Hit that line as hard as he can. He dented Byrne as well, and now they go wider. Wellesby skipping back in, and now Walmsley with a reach, but he can't get there. And he's lost it. He's lost it. Well, 2 handling errors from the big man in the middle, and he'll be disappointed with that.
Certainly will. The 34-year-old Walmsley comes up with the second error. And an important time as well. You just felt they started to get a little bit of momentum. So many numbers in and around that play of the ball means there would be space elsewhere, Dave. But the inability of the big man to play it properly, he loses it.
Let's go, put down.
And it's a chance gone begging. We're just going to say Morgan Knowles has had some really big, important carries so far in the opening 16 minutes.
Wigan's turn to try to clear their lines here if they can. It's Eckersley getting his chance in the set. He played last year, didn't he, at full back in this game?
Yeah.
Or this game at this ground last year.
It was him and Harry Robertson that was all the talk going into it. Zach Eckersley got the number on him that day. But 2 stars of the future, no doubt about it.
Young Jack Ferryman was involved that day as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But it was certainly Eckersley's afternoon. There's the offload. Smith's there, ready to carry it on, but Saints' defence recovers in timely fashion.
Liam Marshall there with the offload. He's got the most metres in the competition.
Surrender.
Tyler Dupree gets his first touch.
Wearing the headband.
40.
French will kick from behind the 40. This could be interesting here with a lucky bounce, but it's just holding up, and Saylor went racing across there. And because he had so far to cover, it meant Wigan's chasers could get to him quickly.
Bevan French on his own kick as well. He's the first one down there, the first on the scene to trap Saylor. 15 away from his own line. The special efforts in these big games.
Wellesby out of dummy half and unleashes Percival with that pass. Wants to play it quickly, but just takes a slip, which slows things down a little. Whitby offering it back inside to Wickley. Those two should not be allowed on the same pitch together, should they? Whitby and Wickley, but there you are. So let's get on with it. Now it's with Wellesby. Going left, and Percival trying to cut through. 1 to go.
Go. 5.
Mbye takes over in the dummy half position, and Whitby again is given the task of putting it high. He's got some spin on that, on its access, and there's a spin for you. There's a spin for you. And in kicking duties, 1-0 for George Whitby has forced the error.
And that's the difference, Dave. That's why he's been added into this team. It's what Saints have been missing. Their ability to kick the ball, but not only kick the ball, kick it well. And Jake Field, just look at the height he gets on this. It's horrible, it's spiraling, and it cannot be dealt with. Big error.
You might not get this at home, but it was almost like a rush of air came our way from our left-hand side because of St Helens fans off their seats and cheering that moment because they know what is on the back of that. An excellent attacking position for the Saints here. And it's going to be taken in by Batchelor. 5 to go and 10 to cover. Another set of 6 the referee's given. This is Matty Lees pounding into that Wigan line. He's going to be dragged down, but they're getting closer and closer. Mbye again. It's all very, very slow here. Extraordinarily slow. Now it comes left. Whitby pumps it left. Little dodge and a weave. Tries to sneak away through, but the curtains of Wigan's defenders come across and close him down. Mbye shooting at Wellesby. Short pass. Trying to bully their way through by Sirenen, and he's lost it. So twice now, big athletes close to that Wigan line have come up with a mistake that have let Wigan off the hook.
Yeah, Curtis Sirenen this time. He spills the ball. Great tackle by French, and Liam Farrell just loses him there, but as soon as that ball carrying arm hits the floor in the greasy conditions, Dave, it goes forward. Insert Helens once again. Have a sniff near the Warriors line, but come away with nothing.
Well, that's a little bit of a fumble. That's more than a little bit of a fumble. That is a huge mistake at the base of the scrum by Cruz Leeming. There's a coming together here. But at the back of the scrum, it was awful.
Liam, Morgan, I'm going to pack this scrum down.
Oh, we've got
Don't
again.
make me regret it.
We're going again.
It's a scrum. St Helens ball, knock on at the back of the room.
St Helens head of feed because of the knock-on, of course.
Shot clock on.
You just see,
Down the side.
I think it's Cruz Leeming just spills it.
Head in. Wait for the outcome.
Matty Lees and Sam Walters, their heads come together, and then Delaney and Dupree.
Head in, let's go. Okay.
The third time now of asking.
So Whitby with a feed, and Mbye comes out. This now is Wellesby, puts it back to Saylor. Saylor tries to dodge past Wardle, but they've got a hold of him. Their intention was to drag him to the touchline, but the referee puts a stop to that with a big loud cry of held. Wellesby again. This now is Delaney, and a penalty for St Helens right in front of the sticks, and a chance for them to level it up now.
Well, I imagine they'll return serve here, Dave. Jack Wellesby,
Give you benefit of the doubt on the tackle before, set before.
2 fingers in the air.
Two.
And we'll be all square in the blink of an eye. Chris Kendall calling the Warriors offside. Too keen to get forward. And penalty given away.
George.
More smiles from the coaching bench.
And it'll be those two players that we mentioned that will register their respective teams' first points. Whitby, pretty similar position, but down the other end of the field without the extras. The Warriors in a huddle there.
I've got you, Russia.
Jenna Brooks, what have you got for us?
I can just tell you, George Whitby, there he is there, 18 years of age. It's just his 4th Super League game. Pre-match speaking to Paul Wellens, his coach, about him, he says that he possesses such a great kicking game and ability to get his team around the park. And I can tell you, I'm sat on the touchline here, and he is ordering his teammates around like he's been playing and a part of this team for some years. It's just incredible to think he's so young and already so talented.
We told him 2 weeks ago you'd have been standing in front of the Wigan end, giving your side the chance to kick the first 2 points of the derby. I don't think he'd have believed it, but he has put it over, and it is 2 points apiece.
Yeah, it certainly is. A quarter of the game gone. Locked in at 2-2. Don't you just love Good Friday, Dave?
When you step into the lines and full
Well,
make sure you stay on the side of the ball.
as Andre Onana, the Manchester United goalkeeper, there's a joke somewhere there about that ball that Jay Field dropped a few moments ago, but we probably shouldn't go there.
You two, stay behind. Okay.
Manchester United and Wigan are getting quite a link together at the moment, aren't they? Off we go again. St Helens back in possession.
Yeah, George Delaney, 100 mile an hour. Stopped dead by Liam Farrell. Lewis Murphy, 20 metres away.
Wait, go to.
And Mbye comes out and back towards the middle again.
Depth. First.
St Helens looking to release again.
Go, three.
He's back to his feet, and back comes the challenge.
Oh, Sam, back we come.
Neil on the field, as you can see, for Wigan from the interchange bench.
Stay square. Go.
Last play in this set. Back it comes to Whitby. Again, he gets that away. There's a wobble on the kick this time. Nice bounce into the hands of Liam Marshall, and Marshall heading back towards the middle here.
Well, I'm not quite sure why the right edge were backing off that ball as it was bouncing. Liam Marshall's able to get to centre field. Abbas Miski, he crosses over the 40 away from his own end. Well, he's actually dragged back.
I was going to say, look at the response of the St Helens defenders. Give a yard or two, take a yard or two. Liam Farrell now running into some unwelcoming shoulders. The first of those belonging to Moses Mbye. This is O'Neill, recent arrival. Smith ducks underneath Whitley, but can't get away. O'Neill collects again. Here's Walters, straightening up, legs in the air, penalty.
Yeah, George Delaney.
Penalty only on field rushy, but
Just doesn't really need to do this.
Low level danger.
The legs go above the horizontal.
Lift.
And a penalty given away on tackle 4.
So a chance for Wigan to gain some ground here with that kick to touch, which has given them a tap restart. Only 20 metres away from the St Helens line. They've not been here for a while or two. Dupree with a carry. O'Neill, his fellow bench warmer earlier, picks it up and goes wide. And now Walters tries to drag himself through. O'Neill's having a look. Which way does he go? Here's Bevan French. And now Kade Ellis with the direct route. But attracting 4 defenders as he travels. And has to hold there. O'Neill again. And now Smith. It was a bit of a dodgy pass, but he's turned it into something special. Something extra special. A Derby Day try, if it's given.
Right, Liam.
Referee on the field.
We've got no
Try
decision
is the soft signal.
Just checking there's no obstruction, please.
Looking at the obstruction, but it's all down to the 4th referee, the 4th official here.
Okay, it's tackle 3. We've got a try on field. We're checking for an obstruction into grounding. So from here, you can see Harry Smith, he goes through. Dupree's already through the line. So Dupree's through the defensive line at that point, and Delaney's working back. If you could just show me that again. So Smith takes possession. Dupree is through the defensive line at that point. George Delaney then can't get to Smith to make a tackle. Do you have any other angles that I could see on that, please? So Tyler Dupree, as the initial lead runner, gets through the line, which is what we ask him to do. He then stands still. And the defence, because he's got through the line and then stood still. Have you got anything else that I can look at, please? So nice and slow on this. So he's through the line. He then stands still. Is the defence materially disadvantaged by the actions of Tyler Dupree? Just show me that. Show me the camera 4 angle again, please. So nice and slow on this. Dupree does brace for contact, which means that Delaney can't then get to make a tackle on Harry Smith. If you just, we'll finish on camera 5, please, of the contact. So Harry Smith runs directly at the side of Dupree. Dupree then braces for contact with Delaney and takes him out of play. I've made my decision.
Well, wait for this one. Wait for this one. To the delight of some, to the absolute horror of others, the decision has been made and now delivered. They'll be hooting and hollering. It is the Saints fans you're watching off their seats in celebration of that being ruled out. Dupree obstructing and no try for Smith.
Harry Smith just steps back, the space opens up. And George Delaney is deemed he can't make the tackle. Video referee Liam Rush just saying he's bracing for contact, but I don't know what else he's supposed to do.
Well, it's not his fault, but Harry Smith running in his direction, that's the obstruction, isn't it? Dupree couldn't do anything about it, but...
He certainly gets through the line, Dave, but does he want him to carry on running over the dead ball line? I'm not too sure. But Saints survive, and Delaney goes straight back at Dupree.
We're back where we began before it all even started. All square. 2-2. This now is stirring them. Mbye's patient again at his feet to collect. And Matty Lees is charging in again, looking to make maximum impact. Mbye sent Whitby, and eventually across to Batchelor. Couple of plays to go here.
Wait, Sam, go for.
And always knocked
It's
on.
another mistake, Dave.
He's knocked on.
It's another error.
It's a knock-on round.
Joe Batchelor this time.
It's a scrum for me.
Incorrect play of the ball.
Scrum.
The turnover it'll be for the Warriors.
That's a technical fault, isn't it? Rather than a greasy ball, it's just
Tyler.
not quite getting his foot where it needed to be, so Wigan will have possession back here.
Make sure we've got scrum at half. No, it's all right now. Head in, Tristan. Head in. OK, ball in, shot clock off. Out!
Fed in by Harry Smith. O'Neill brings it out, and Abbas Miski now looking for a little bit of the hard labour again.
Case! Back.
O'Neill waits.
Go on. Nice and quick, Case!
Ellis. There's Walters.
It's nice and quick.
Running into a tangle of defenders.
Move!
And Helens doing their job at the moment, but Wigan advancing step by step by step. Ellis back to French, and then just a little shuffle ball off to Farrell. Not enough to fox that Saints defence on that occasion. O'Neill goes right, and French will kick it back, and Jay Field is on the chase here. The bounce is a beauty, the try is glorious, no ruling that one out. Wigan do have first strike, and it's Field on the back of French, and how often have we said that? Wigan lead here, 6 points to 2.
You're right, Dave. We say that combination so many times, and it comes up trumps again. It's brilliant vision from Bevan French. Just keep your eyes on Tristan Saylor caught in the line. He knows straight away he's got to get up and then get back as Jay Field's pushing through, and the kick is iced to perfection. And Jay Field collects his 9th try of the season and stays top of the Super League try-scoring department. A brilliant kick from French. An exquisite chase through the middle of the field from Field.
The run of Field started as soon as French got hold of the ball.
It's brilliant. Their set-up play is brilliant for it. They know that Tristan Saylor has to fill in that line on that left edge on the short side. They spot it, and boy, do they nail it.
So the first try of this Good Friday in this derby game. It's been all about Harry Smith so far from the boot, and the try not given, but now he's looking to add another 2. He more or less bang on the half-hour mark as well when he puts this over, and you'd expect him to put him over from that position. Over it goes, and Wigan lead by 8 points to 2.
Yeah, beautiful executed try. Just keep right here, Field. He spots it. Saylor's there. A little whisper to French, and a nod, and a kick, and then a brilliant finish. Don't you just love seeing that clever, smart play executed at top speed?
The aesthetic delight, just as a general rugby league fan. It's all smooth as clockwork, wasn't it?
Yeah. The awareness, the vision, and the execution of it. That's the most important part, to nail that kick. Brilliant try.
Well, they've got some razzle-dazzlers of Wigan, haven't they? As so have St Helens, but there's another on the way. If you missed it earlier, Jenna breaking exclusively before the match. Christian Wade sitting next to Sean Wayne there is the Gloucester and England Rugby Union man who's going to play out the rest of the season at Gloucester, but then will join Wigan in May, I think it is. Former NFL player as well. And now he's having a go at rugby league.
Just heading back, Dave, to that try. Came off the back of another error. Errors and penalties are really hurting St Helens. We're going to capitalising on it.
He's in good company in that box, by the way, Christian Wade, because I saw earlier Martin Affire's up there and Billy Boston's there as well. So if you want to be a successful rugby league winger, there's not too bad role models for you. Here's Smith with a kick. It's Bennison with a catch. St Helens looking for a response here.
Bennison there, driven back by Walters Dupree and O'Neill.
Mbye out of dummy half. Benison tries to bring it back on again and almost wriggles away through. Nasemba missing the tackle.
Yeah, and Nasemba just getting caught laterally there. He's not even back on side yet. Wellsby onto Batchelor.
Batchelor's had it
another
stripped
mistake.
away. Clever stuff from Wardle, I think, but I think it's going to be a knock-on against Wigan, is it? No.
No, it's an error.
Loose carry.
Johnny challenge.
Harry Smith just hits him with enough intent. The ball comes out.
His challenge over. Where do you want
Hits the
this
top
scrum?
of the ball on a loose carry.
Scrum. Head and feet.
No
On the line,
challenge
boys.
from St Helens. So happy. Well, happy is probably the wrong word, but will accept that decision, and so Wigan will get possession again here. 8 minutes to the break. They lead already by 8 points to 2, and they have another good position to work from.
Interesting.
Yeah, they
Come
certainly
forward,
do.
Moses. Okay, ball in.
Just feel that the Warriors are just edging further ahead in terms of field position, Dave, and territory in this opening 40. But the stats tell a different story.
Yeah, a lot different. St Helens are up to 61%, Wigan down to 78%.
No, go to.
5 errors that Saints have made. They only made 5 all last week against Wakefield.
Third. Movement.
Walters with the carry.
Wait, go.
Brad O'Neill is in at dummy half. He's got Smith and then French, and here's Field, and now Eckersley, and Eckersley bumped into Wellsby, just digging in and making that one count. It's back with Bevan French. Here's Cade Ellis, slings it back to Smith. They went right, they're coming left, and this is Wardle, and Wardle putting on the footwork, and then the bulldozing effect that comes on the back of that. He's not just a fancy player, he's got power as well, but he's stopped eventually. Smith again on the last will put the kick up. Percival's trying to get up underneath it. It bounces out to Mbye, and with the fortune, he gets the try. The referee asking a question. All kinds of things were going on in the air.
Rushy, tackle 5. We have a live call, a try.
Soft call, soft signal of try.
Just
on the
looking
field.
to see there's no knock on, and then to ground him, please, mate.
Decision is try. It's from a kick, so we're going to check the onside offside first. So we pause it on the foot. We can see that everybody to the right hand side is onside, so we can play it through at this point. So something tight in on the contest. Slow on this. Slow. So we need to see whose hand that comes off. So really slow on this. Can't tell on that angle. Do you have any other angles that might help? So really slow on this. So it looks there like it comes off Bevan French's hand. Let's just see if this tells us anything. So it's a fair contest for the ball. If you could just show me that again. It looks to come off Bevan French first. So it hits French's hand from there. So do you have something wide so that we can see the direction of the ball now, please? So we know that it hits French's hand first. We need to see which direction the ball goes from the contest. So your best angle for that, please. So from that it looks to go backwards. This might help us. So we know it touches French's hand. Does the ball go backwards from that touch? We've got a live call of try. The live call is that it has gone backwards from that touch. So we'll just explore all the angles, see if there's anything that gives us something more concrete. So I'm slow on this, it touches French. So this could help. So it clearly touches French. So the live call is try, that the ball has gone backwards. So if we just play it through to the grounding at this point. So go from this, play it through to the grounding, please. Get something tight on the grounding. Something tight on the grounding. He grounds the ball. I have insufficient evidence to overturn the live call that the ball has gone backwards from the touch and he's clearly grounded the ball. I've got a decision.
Well, we get there. Here comes the decision. And it is going to be a try for Mbye. Fourth of the year in all competitions for Abbas. And we wait, and here we go, and finally, a definitive cheer and a definitive groan in reaction to what's just happened.
Yeah, once again, Mbye's try comes off the back of a St Helens error. You think about all the threats, all the points, that have came for Wigan. It came off penalties and errors, and of course Harry Smith's try was off the back of a penalty, that no try rather. But Mbye through a wonderful kick from Harry Smith. Bevan French just competing against Percival, gets the ball batted back. And Mbye, of course, he returned last week after missing 4 with a try against Hull KR, and he's got another one here.
Well, those Saints fans, apologies to any lip readers watching. I think we got the message there, what that St Helens fan thought. 70th appearance for Wigan today, as you can see. 57 tries now, that's not a bad return, is it?
1 minute.
A Lebanese international. And Harry Smith has a chance to add another 2. To give his side a clear 2-score lead from the touchline, and he's missed it. He's missed it. First one of the day that he's put wide, but 12 points to 2 now.
You get the feeling.
There's Billy B. Went to his statue today. 571 tries. He must be the only sportsman in the world who's got a statue in his hometown of Cardiff, a statue in his adopted town of Wigan, and a statue at the iconic stadium of Wembley. Billy Boston. And when we say legend, understatement. St Helens, Van Vollenhoven, you know, not decrying the great players of the past at other clubs as well. But there's just one of them, Billy Boston, and didn't he love that the crowd had seen him?
Yeah, huge round of applause there when he went on the big screen. He's got the ball.
St Helens are back. St Helens are back, and very quickly, because it's a Wigan mistake that has given them the opportunity here.
Oh, it's Tyler Dupree. And just under enormous weight of St Helens defenders, spills the ball 10 metres away off the restart after points. And you get the sense that for this game, it's St Helens, Dave, who really need to strike next. We've saw, again, points come off penalties and errors. Is this just the next page of that?
10 seconds, let's go.
Well, St Helens certainly would love a score here before half-time, because they are right back in the contest on the back of just such an event. But it's going to be tough. Saylor.
There's a laboured carry there from Saylor.
Mbye. And now carted in by Delaney. Slugging it in. Hitting bodies as hard as he can. Mbye stands and waits again. Now it's to Welsby. Welsby out left. Looking for a step, but not finding a way through. So they start again. It's back with Parsi, Iggy Parsi. Huge frame, huge man to stop. And he's left a man on the floor here. Who's that?
I think he's out cold.
Not looking good, is it?
Leave him. Sam. That's not helpful. That don't help.
Having a look round for a headband, and we can't see one standing up, so I think it's Tyler Dupree who's down on the field.
Tackle 4.
Yeah, I think it is, Dave, yeah. I think his afternoon's done.
Yeah, I can hear you, Keith.
Ignatius Parsi. That's his job, to be hard and direct. Maybe Tyler Dupree just gets his head in the wrong place. Matty Pete looking on.
Well, they've lost one of their impact players, haven't they? In Patrick Mago, we were told Jenna told us was ill before the game in the warm-up, so he's off the bench, and Tom Forber in there, but they've lost a big presence now off the bench, haven't they? And if Dupree goes for good here, Farrimond is the 18th man. If this is I don't think it's going to be deemed illegal anyway, so he won't be operating anyway.
Maybe Harvey Hill. We've yet to see him.
He's going to be off for an HIA, that is an absolute certainty. What have you seen?
This young Harvey Hill ready to come on into the action. Yeah, he just gets his head there on that left sort of elbow or arm. There's nothing in it. He's just carrying the ball, and Tyler Dupree just gets his head in the wrong place, takes a big contact.
Don't give away a penalty now, lads,
and that's him done.
Don't give away a penalty now.
So he's off for at least 15 minutes to have that full check. Harvey Hill just announced on the sound system as the man to replace him, and on the back of that, St Helens still retain that prime position. Just gives Wigan a little bit of recovery time there, but St Helens desperate to get on with it now. Fired in again by Delaney, second carry from him in this set, but now they're on the last play. Mbye picks it up, Whitby slings it across the line. They have to be quick, they are quick. Percival goes left, Murphy back on the inside, and the ball's given away, and Wigan have it back. And is that Walters who's got over there? It is.
He's had a big afternoon, Sam Walters. I don't think he's left the field in front row 37 minutes in, and coming up with important plays like that to kill Saints' threat. Wonderful hands from the left edge of Saints.
Well, this is good.
Shot.
This is good from St Helens. Their response in defence. Oh, and there's a knock-on. Yes, yes. There might be a challenge here because Mbye seems to be tangled in a bit. But the referee initially has given a knock-on and St Helens ball.
It was Moses Mbye that just threw everything into that hit.
George, where do you want the line? Scrum.
Yeah, no challenge. No challenge. So as you were, St Helens in possession.
Discipline.
Oh, look at the contact there from Mbye. There's boos ring around.
Let's go, put down.
Yeah,
Let's go.
He just spills the ball.
Yeah, and that's why there's no challenge. It's just a dead set drop, isn't it? Wigan fans are not happy with the hit, but
just come on,
they'll have to live with that.
Incident's being reviewed. Incident's being reviewed.
Oh, it's being reviewed. It's being reviewed.
Incident's being reviewed.
Well, the more and more you've seen it, Dave.
Time off, man.
Oh. Does he get the arms round? Does he get the arms round? That's the question.
Yeah.
There may be mitigation in this. Eckersley falling.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
The ups and downs of Derby there.
Moses.
St Helens were on the crest of a wave, thinking they got the ball back, but they could be plummeting again here.
Morgan.
Let's hear from the referee.
Right, the contact is direct to the head, but there is mitigation. It doesn't meet the high-level threshold, so it's 10 minutes in the bin.
So Moses Mbye has shown the yellow card. St Helens, for the next 90 seconds and a good 8.5 minutes of the second half, will be down to 12 players, and Wigan have a penalty instead of having to defend their line.
Yeah, Moses Mbye just catches Eckersley high. We saw the first red card of the season over at the Hull derby earlier today, and many fans in here were hoping, as we are at Wigan, that was red, but fortunately it's yellow, and the right call as well.
Well, when Sean Edwards was playing, you'd get away with that as being a very fair tackle. No wrong with it, they'd say.
It was like we were saying earlier, all depends what era you started watching rugby league. We know the rules now.
O'Neill had a dummy half. Walters now carries on again. Good effort from the big fella.
A monster stint.
Here's French, and Percival does a good read there. Closes his options down superbly well.
He had to get that right.
Ellis, Walters. Whitby's doing his level best to hang on and succeeds in that task. And one play to go for Wigan. One tackle to make from St Helens, or charge down or catch, whatever occurs. Up it goes. Sailors underneath it. Gets a bit of protection. And then they come crashing in on him. But he's got the ball solidly enough, and Saints start from there. And this will be the last set before half-time. This will be the last play before half-time. Footwork on again. Tackle comes in, Have they got time to get up and play? Yes, they have. One more play to go. Batchelor tracking across. 3 Wigan bodies get there. And everything you would expect from a Good Friday clash between these two sides. Tight and as tense as we would have predicted for such a long time. But 2 tries in 5 minutes from Field and then from Mbye has given Wigan the advantage at half-time. They lead by 12 points to 2.
But Paul Wellens, his side are completing at 56%. That has to head north if you're going to stand any chance in the second 40.
Well, they're still in it. They're a man down, as we said, for the next 8.5 minutes, but they are still in it. So let's see what kind of a response St Helens could put on here. Whether they have to score next or not is probable, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. I think against the champions at home and the way that the opening 40's gone, I think St Helens must score next, Dave.
Well, they've certainly got players in there capable of that. Missing 1 or 2, and if you miss the build-up to the game, no Johnny Lomax today, veteran of 35 of these occasions down the years. And in his place, George Whitby is preferred, playing in his very first Wigan Saints derby, only his 3rd Super League game as well. And here he is, with a kick from behind the 40, but Marshall shuffling into position to make sure that that is no dangerous than it should be. And Wigan start from that 30-metre mark inside their own half. So an opportunity here to build back into their opponent's part of the field. Harry Smith running out. O'Neill at dummy half. It's Mbye now taking on the task down the middle once again. Saints defenders attracted to him in numbers. O'Neill and now Farrell. He's putting on a little right foot step, but still into that basket of St Helens defenders, collecting him in. Running through the tackles, running through the plays. Smith puts the kick. Mbye was the first to chase after it. He's taken a stumble, but it's collected by Saylor. He's looking to see if there's any way past his advancing Wigan line, and he's done well there between them. Murphy eventually puts to ground, but they got some good yards out of that.
The full-back and winger combine nicely.
It's a challenge at the pass. Referee says all fair and square, so Whitby's there picking up the pieces, and St Helens now with Bennison, who again with that stepping, hopping run, but not finding too much distance further downfield. Delaney. December shoulder down and grabs him round the hips. Darcy. He's trying to hold things up. Knowles is in at dummy half. That's interesting little switch there, isn't it? More on that in just a second, but the kick downfield is connected by Marshall, and Marshall can run it back and tackle. No Darryl Clark yet, and now Knowles is operating out a dummy half.
Well, perhaps a question mark over the fitness of Darryl Clark heading into this one. St Helens just keeping perhaps Clark dynamism out of 9 for later on in this contest.
It's Mbye with the carry. Wigan again edging closer to the halfway line, leading as they do by those 12 points to 2. Double-digit difference in the scoreline at the moment. Walters. You mentioned in the first half, he's done big minutes, hasn't he?
I don't think he's been off yet. Kid Ellis, Bevan French chip over the top.
Punch with a kick. And Farrell chasing it, but that's Saylor, who's cool as you'd like, collecting it off the bounce and finding himself only 5 or 6 metres away from his own goal line. So heavy labour to do again here from St Helens' point of view to try and get out of this sticky situation. We're going to quite happy to keep them there for the moment. Working hard in defence. St Helens have to more than match it, and Percival running into Harvey Hill, I think, made the most solid connection. And there's a slip.
Penalties given away. And Wigan are tearing in to Saints there as they were coming off the try line of the south stand. And the penalty's being given away. Sam Walters Benison just loses his footing. An all big 6'7" frame of Sam Walters can't drop quick enough. You just see when Benison steps into, oh my, well. There could be more here, Dave. There's mitigation, but that is direct to the head of Benison.
Yep.
And I think Walters will be sat down for 10 minutes.
And like we say, I mean, there will be people watching that and going, what? How can that be a penalty, let alone a sin binning? But that's the way the game is being refereed now.
It's difficult, isn't it? When players are falling, they have fractions of a second to adjust. And the size of the man mounted at Walters.
Right, mate,
Let's hear from the ref.
contact's forceful, it's direct, there is mitigation, it's a rapid loss of height. It's 10 minutes in the bin.
Well, Sam Walters comes off. I mean, nothing intentional in that at all.
No.
But he has to be given a yellow card because that's the way the game goes now.
Of course, one thing that the referees have been is consistent, Dave. Consistent with those types of tackles, and when there is mitigation, it is a yellow. Sam Walters, just see here, Benison just stepped off his right foot, slips, and Walters just catches him high. That's in slow motion, but that happens at 100 miles an hour. Well, we're equal now at 12-all in terms of players on the field.
And Saints get a man back in about 3 or 4 minutes, don't they? Walters has time to stew. First break in the game, so he might welcome that in a strange kind of a way. Knowles is across at dummy half. St Helens inside their own half, looking to plot a route. Whitby slips. Wigan fans thought that was a forward pass from Wellesby. Sailor, and now here's Passy. Yeah. Certainly a hint of it, wasn't it? Wellesby puts it back, and Sailor with a lovely step back on the inside. French grabbing a hold of him, and Ellis is there to complete the tackle as well. St Helens on the last. So here comes Whitby, sticking it very high, and Marshall could not wait for that to come down. Eventually it does, and he's got a little bit of wiggle room to get a little bit of an advancement as well, as Field brings it on, and Mbye now. Jenna Brooks, what news from the touchline?
No, just a big blow for Wigan there. Sam Walters, as you touched on there, has played the whole game so far, according to our stats, top with tackles 28, 84 metres from just 14 carries, so top of metres and carries as well. You've got to say he's such an underrated player, isn't he? He's fantastic out there for Wigan today.
Oh, they're making things happen here, and Marshall on that left-hand side tries to cut back. Just enough hands wafted in his direction to upend him. And Harry Smith now with a kick and a chase. There's only him after it in cherry and white. St Helens have this covered safely enough. And Sailor, Murphy, but they penned him in. Sailor was hoping there was a route back down the middle, but Wigan's defenders had adjusted. And now they begin the line speed to try and trap them here. So St Helens again with a really big job to get out of there. Cyrano trying to crash a route through. Rounded up by 3 or 4, dragged back. Here's Knowles. Passing, bursting, offloads. Oh, he's given it away.
Doesn't need to do it.
Nobody reacted other than Mbye, who was quick as a flash to get in there and gets it back for Wigan. And now they find themselves in glorious attacking opportunity.
Well, Passy just lost the plot there. Offloaded. No metres whatsoever gained in that set. And he's forced to promote the ball, but he's put his team under the cosh.
Harvey Hill pushing hard. St Helens desperately defending. They cannot afford to concede again. They know that. Minds on edge, bodies on the edge. Smith with a pass. Beautiful angle. Beautiful deception at the line from all concerned, and Field pops up in the middle of nowhere as far as Saints' defence was concerned, and scores the easiest of tries.
My goodness, what a play. But again, Dave, it comes off the back of an error from St Helens. The offload from Passy was just never on. 5 metres away from the sideline, trapped into a corner, gifts it for Mbye. And then just watch this, delayed ball, Field arriving, and gets his second of the afternoon in front of the Wigan faithful. And is that the try that just maybe sticks the nail in the coffin on Good Friday?
Well, they all picked a path. They all knew where they were going. St Helens defence didn't, and you suspect that's one straight from the training ground.
100%. What a brilliantly executed try that was.
That look of satisfaction from the coach's point of view.
Yeah, that tells you everything.
Practiced that so many times this week. And when it happens, they are jigging with delight.
But again, Dave, that position, that moment, that play is gifted to them from St Helens' inability to see the end of sets out.
I think the youngsters would call that a tick-tock moment on the sidelines.
And look out for that one across the socials, no doubt about it. Straight out of the top draw.
So Harry Smith preparing himself here. Wigan fans behind the sticks just settling. They don't want to put him off. Still a very straightforward kick nonetheless, and over it goes. It is 18 points to 2 in Wigan's favour, and Jenna has more news from us down on the touchline.
Dave, I can tell you John Bennison has come off for a head injury assessment, and more bad news for St Helens. Just a couple of minutes ago, Joe Batchelor came off limping, suspected hamstring issue, so the youngster Dayon Sambu has come on the wing.
Well, that's interesting for Sambu, isn't it? Playing in his first derby game here today, having come on from the bench, because of course he could be wearing different colours, he will be wearing different colours, and maybe in this same match next year. He might be a Wigan player in this game next year. St Helens needing to dig deep, needing to find something in adversity, trailing by 16, key players injured and hurt. But this is Good Friday, and they have to fight to the very end. Wigan fans just taunting the Saints fans. Smith kick that is charged down by Mbye. And then it spins awkwardly. And it's another set because of the St Helens touch. Here's Wardle. Wrestling away there, Jack Wardle. Oh, look at this. We talk about spinning balls. Got more difficult than that, do they?
Interchange for the Wigan Warriors.
This is Farrell.
Number 20, Harvey Hearn, is number 16, William Bone.
Neil had done it half. French again with a kick. And not looking for a meaningful chase in the first instance, although French is after it. Quick as a flash. And Saylor didn't know what had hit him when he picked that ball up, because suddenly French was right on it. And look where Saints are starting again.
The kick measured to perfection there by French. The backspin on it was kind. And as a result, Saints through play 3. Mark Percival, that similar trademark carry, trying to get his side on the front foot. Penalty given away.
He spun his legs.
And it comes off the back of the directness from Percival. And Brad O'Neill just has a little pull at his leg. Chris Kendall having none of it. And a relieving penalty for Saints, Dave.
2 minutes and 40 seconds for Sam Walters before he returns. And before Wigan find themselves back at 13, so St Helens will want to take advantage as quickly as they can with that one extra man. Well, they are looking for a bit of width here. Wellsby.
Walmsley back out there for Parsi. And he'll be looking for an improved stint.
Across the line, Walmsley crashing in again. And from all sports they come and watch. Andre Onana, the Manchester United goalkeeper, who we referenced earlier in the afternoon. I'm sure he's enjoying this, the intensity. And this is quick. Oh, and Miski just got a hand on that, but clearly knocking it on. But he might have spoiled the party there for St Helens, because that pass got away. There were two on the overlap.
The catch was a little bit behind Saylor initially, and he does well to take it in, but the fingertips of Miski You're right, Dave. Percival and Murphy were in space. Important touch there.
Completion rate has never been good for St Helens. 61% is still a performance from their point of view, isn't it?
56 at the break, and that's headed up ever so slightly. You really, Dave, you can't expect to win an elite game with completion rates around that 60% mark. You just can't.
Mbye lines himself up now at the feet of Matty-Lees. Whitby throwing it back, and Welsby and Saylor finds nowhere to go and might be losing the ball here because Abbas Miski was trying to rip it off him, but he does maintain possession, so St Helens still have an attacking opportunity here. Delaney, don't run at that fella. Nasemba, low and hard, and Delaney's looks a little winded, and Welsby puts the kick over the top, but again there's no real chase there from St Helens backs, so Wigan can bring it back.
Tackle for kick there from Welsby. On the left edge, just weren't quite on the same page. Sam Walters looks like his time's up in the sin bin, edging his way back down to enter the field.
Here's Marshall with a carry. There he is, rested, 10 minutes. First 10 minutes off the field in the game so far.
Hold George. Go for.
O'Neill again. Liam Byrne right down the middle. Good carry, decent carry from his point of view. Smith. Confirmation of Walters on and back to parity with personnel on the field. And here's Dayan Sambu. Now they won't know whether to boo him or cheer him actually, will they, the Wigan fans?
I think they'll be booing him this afternoon, make no mistake about it.
Move, Bevan, don't go early. Wait.
25 to go.
Go two, shot his own
16 the difference. St Helens needing 3 scores and needing not to concede again. It's a tall order at this stage. Not undoable, but it's a difficult one as Wormsley carts it forward. And Darryl Clark's on the field. Kyle Aymore just spotted that. Well spotted.
Just nearly around the hour mark before he's introduced.
This is good from St Helens, trying to keep it alive, and still they do. And Knowles, and here's Sambu, and Sambu weaving, looking dangerous but closed down. Whitby whipping it back towards Welsby, who's going to carry right up to the line and challenge them, but it was the last. It was a gamble under the circumstances, and it doesn't pay off as he would have hoped it would.
Welsby perhaps just hoping that it would open up for him. And again, perhaps Paul Wallens and Lee Breers would have liked a little bit more at the end of that set.
Stand! Hold! Go on.
O'Neill again, Marshall. Back to the middle.
Elmo again!
St Helens frustrated with that possession at the moment. They want it back. The motion you're hearing is because O'Neill has just come off and Cruz Leeming has just gone back on from Wigan's point of view. Nasemba. He's been quiet today, hasn't he? Certainly with ball in hand. Leeming. Run out of place here. St Helens have done a job in terms of restricting Wigan to space inside their own half and trying to put some pressure there on Harry Smith, but a kick again is steeplingly high. Saylor underneath it catches and gives a ball away that Eckersley read, knew that was coming and made his mark with his shoulder.
Just take the carry, fires that across and puts Murphy under pressure. Something more direct.
Go two.
Terrifying from Murphy's point of view. Had to catch it, but knew that the next impact was going to hurt.
Sam. Go.
Another St Helens mistake. Self-inflicted. And with that comes more pressure.
That's Morgan Knowles this time. Just losing the ball before he's even played it. He's 30 metres away.
Stay responsive in the ruck, boys. Let's go, back down. Stay on side. We need a scrum half.
It just allows Wigan, Dave, to just keep building momentum.
Okay, shot clock off, ball in.
They're not really having to exert any energy defensively. Here comes Smith.
Back to French. On the angle.
Stand.
Eckersley collects inside for Smith again. Leeming, fresh back on the field. Ellis can't find a path. Saints defenders working hard here, they have to. Leeming, and now Walters. Walters with those big long legs of his, stepping one way or the other. Still tackles in the back, 3 of them to go for Wigan. Smith again, back to French. French now, Eckersley, always reaching for that difficult pass for him to take, but it's a Wigan mistake. And that gives St Helens a leg up.
George!
Oh, it does.
Tristan, then.
Eckersley
Shot clock on.
reaching and stretching for that ball.
One.
Just can't take it in. And it kills the threat, kills the play. Over 20 minutes left.
Thanks, mate. Head in, Darryl. Head in.
So Helens trailing by 16.
There's a buzz around the stadium, isn't there? What is it? Pushing towards a 30,000 mark capacity. Crowd here sold out 3 weeks in advance. Record time of sales to fill the ground. They could have had maybe another 20-odd thousand in here.
Go to ball carrier.
Walmsley.
He's
To
having
get
enough.
hands on that, and St Helens are having a bit of a nightmare here, although it has gone backwards.
He's gone away with it.
Go free.
So he'll have another go. This time he's a handful with a carry instead of a hand flip from the earlier pass.
Well, it has gone back.
4.
Here comes Sheridan.
Watch offload.
Strong, well-directed offload. Clark was there. Whitby's got a bit of space ahead of him. Danced. Maybe trying to make a decision as what to do, and the decision taken away from him with Leeming getting in there. Wellesby's kick. Field underneath it. He doesn't look sure. He doesn't look sure. But again, fortune favours him as well. St Helens up there in numbers. They've not lost a fight here, have they, St Helens?
No, they'll certainly go down swinging if they are. And Sheffield, he never looked confident, did he, under that ball the moment it left Wellesby's boot.
Alex! Wait, ball carrier. Matter.
So Tangle, referee says it's all fair. Miskey.
You need to force a mistake here, the Saints.
Wait. Go free. You good there, Darryl?
You see the bottom of your screen, the games that are coming up this weekend. This Rivals round.
Moses.
Plenty of NRL action as well.
Oh, that's good there. 4.
Bench podcast comes out. There's been some absolutely great every week, but some real crackers this last couple of weeks as well. Bench podcast. Get subscribed to those because you'll enjoy them.
Give 10. Play on. Play on.
So catch by Sailor.
Surrender. Stand. Leon. Wait. Wait.
Here's Whitby.
Wait. Go on.
Stands and waits.
Harry Junior.
Murphy's having a look. Brushes away one would-be defender. Bounces in again.
Move, Sam. We need the time, Junior. Wait. Go.
If
Good.
St Helens can score next, maybe 1 or 2 doubts begin to surface in Wigan minds, but it is a big if at the moment. Clark.
Go free. Free.
Walmsley had a look at where he wanted to go and runs straight at Cruz Leeming, hoping to knock him over, but Leeming had a little help from some friends, and so he's stopped. And Whitby now with a dummy and finds a way through. Brilliant from Whitby. Ball back on the inside. It's a forward pass, and Clark will be denied. But a flash of brilliance from the young fella, which tells us a little about his potential.
Yeah, encouraging signs from the young half. He hasn't really been able to do this too many times this afternoon, but sells it to Mbye. He takes the bait.
It's all about the position of the hands, isn't it?
Let's go.
It's a close one.
Well, it is. Brilliant work from the 18-year-old to slice through. Chris Kendall's in the best position on the field, in fact in the stadium, to call that one. He sees it's gone forward. But a huge opportunity.
John Bedison went off with an HIA test earlier. We're being told he has passed it, so looks like he's going to be returning in the next few minutes. Oh, there's a spill by Byrne. St Helens given a lift. Whitby again fancies the challenge down the middle.
It's Liam Byrne who comes up with the mistake. It's Walmsley now. And if Saints can finish the next 16 minutes home with a wet sail, there's a chance here, Dave.
Well, there is time on the clock. Is there willingness in the hearts of these St Helens players? Clark rolling into dummy half. Slow, another set of 6 here, another set. Quick from Sailor, down the winger, and a diving finish from Lewis Murphy. It is spectacular. Is it the start of something? But has he finished something? Is the first question to be asked. We're off to the video referee again.
Call a try. Checking grounding, touch and goal, please.
Okay, tackle 2, on-field decision is try. We're checking the grounding touch and touch and goal. Okay, so slow on this. He's in possession at this point. He's in the field there. In the field, wearing pink boots. He jumps from the field of play. And he appears to get the ball. Just go back a couple of frames. We'll just check that the right hand stays in. Slow on that. And there, do you have something from the opposite corner just to confirm there's no separation, please? So slow on this. We know he stays in the field of play. Slow on this. He's still in possession. And the ball is down. I've made my decision.
Lewis Murphy's score in the corner is one of those moments, and it is in a moment that could be pivotal in this game. Still a long way back from St Helens' point of view, but have they begun something here? Their fans wait for confirmation of what they probably knew. Try scored, and St Helens first of the day.
And it gives them a chance. The door is open ajar. Lewis Murphy with an incredible finish. And it comes off the back of a Liam Byrne mistake. And those errors, Dave, are now almost nearly even themselves out. The champions, the home team, who are in the lead, have just invited Saints back into this contest. Whitby with an important kick here to come.
Yeah, big kick. Puts this over. They're within 2 scores of taking the lead with the conversions if they're added, and it doesn't get closer to the post than that, but it's the right side of the post. 18 points to 8. 2 tries in it, and still a good 15 minutes to go.
Yeah, neat executed try there. 9, 6, 7 combined. And the winger in the corner. Wellesby out the back to Sailor. Percival's line just attracts the winger. And under pressure from Bevan French, Lewis Murphy scores. And we now game on.
Well, a relaxed enjoyment for those in cherry and white watching on has suddenly been transformed into a nervous disposition, because although Wigan still have a relatively comfortable position here, it is being challenged. And St Helens with renewed optimism and renewed vigour. Clark with a nod of the head. Remember, he can cause disruption down the middle. Saints go marching in. It was a sad lament not that long ago, but now it's a little more joyous. Walmsley. Clark. Knowles driving it in. Clark Waits again, last play coming up here. Back to Whitby. Up it goes, Marshall's put his name on this. Looks solid underneath it from the time it went up in the air, but the chase is good enough to stop him there, 10 metres from where he caught the ball. Some real effort coming from these Saints defenders. Wardle stopped. Smith wants it played quicker. Miskey's the next man in. Again, it's a wall of willingness that stands in his way. Leaning. Farrell. A stuttering run forward again, just stepping delicately off both feet, keeping them guessing till he hits the line. Ellis now along the line, and here comes Walters. And Walters now dragging himself closer to the halfway. But that will be as far as it goes. One play to go here, so it's going to be off somebody's boot. Most likely, of course, is Harry Smith, who's just looking for a very efficient and economic and good sense kick to the touch, just slowing things down and putting St Helens deep inside their own territory.
Yeah, time is against the visitors. Harry Smith nudges that ball over. Stars St Helens to start their set 15 metres away from their own try line here.
It's the story of the first half, 2 tries in 5 minutes that gave Wigan the advantage. It's played out as 12-2, but you can see it's a little more even in this second period. 6-6 the half-time scoreline, the second half scoreline I should say. Not that that matters in the final reckoning. Here's Clark. Again, has to be patient. Walmsley now, carting it in, putting out a hand to try and push off those who advance towards him. Gets another few metres after contact, taking St Helens ever further forward. Knowles now solidly in there. Wellesby delaying it and getting it onto Sirinen. Sirinen trying to squeeze between a couple of defenders. Wellesby's been left on the floor, but he's picked himself up to join in again. But it comes to Clark and now Saylor, and this is Wellesby. And Wellesby heads for the gap and finds it and steps past another, but it's December who gets back. Puts that vice-like grip on him. Important challenge, 1 to go. They've got the momentum. It's with Whitby, who slides a kick, slide rule towards that in goal, and Field sensibly picks up and takes the ground, happy with possession back.
Neat kick there from Whitby, but it's what they do now here, Saints. Have they got enough to get off the line, force a mistake, make the champions kick from deep inside their own half? The Saints fans are roaring them on, Dave.
Well, Wigan looking to crash their way out of trouble. Miskey's the latest, and the offload. Leeming, though, almost caught with it as soon as he got it, but he just somehow managed to scramble those extra few metres. But they've only got 2 more plays to get out of here, and that is slow, which helps the St Helens defence. It's now with Smith, just welling it downfield.
He does that really well, Harry Smith. He finds kicks in space. Saylor thought it was going down the right edge, but he's here now with the ball. And he's driven back.
Well, he's being carried, he's got feet off the ground, he's got his hands up as if to say, they can't do this, can they? Well, the referee eventually shouts hold. Murphy, back to where it started. No great effect on that occasion. Sirinen picks up, here comes Percival. O'Neill grabs a hold. Clark, Wellesby, Walmsley, Clark again, rolling in there, collecting in those blue boots of his and taking on his opposite numbers and flicks it away, back to Walmsley again. Last play in the set. Saints desperate for something positive at the end of this. Wellesby again, he's on the run. Saylor's there too, chip over the top, but it's much too close to Field to present any danger whatsoever. And Wigan can bring it clear again. Well, you can see that Wigan have been pretty prolific in the last 10 minutes of matches. The most prolific of all the teams in terms of try scoring. St Helens have to prevent that from happening and score themselves a couple of times. Nasemba stepping out of 1 challenge, taking on 3 more. You can feel the nervousness around the stadium, can't you, now?
Yeah, you just get a sense that this is going to open up for somebody out there. There's a lot of solid defensive work going in here.
Smith behind the 40, but unless it's a very unusual bounce, it's not going to make the 20. Instead, it's picked up by Sambo.
Wow.
Welcome to the derby from Brad O'Neill.
2.
The HW Toyota interchange for St Helens replaces
Wellsby.
Alex Walmsley.
Percival back on the angle, running into trouble. Just a forest of Wigan players waiting for him. Clark, Knowles, passing on his inside, but that was red and Walters had him before he really got into his stride. A couple of plays left again for St Helens. They are still a long way out, and that doesn't help things because Whitby's taken a tumble, so they've lost a kicker on this final play. Wellsby taking on that duty. And again, it's a very, very high kick that Marshall again does really well. He looks so solid under those high kicks, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's in sensational form, Liam Marshall. A decent kick, and there's an error here.
Lost it. Saylor picks it up. The impact, seeing the ball spin free, and St Helens given a bonus. And Sirenen tracking, offloads. Clark having a look. Minds are scrambled in attack and defence. Quickly up to dummy half goes Parsi. Little dummy from him. Parsi for the line. Oh, and I think he's got them. What an improbable try that was. Agi Parsi fooling them all with a dummy and a lunge. And the derby's back on again. What a contest this is now.
Well, Ignatius Parsi, the beneficiary once again. It's another Wigan mistake that leads to a try. This time it's Wardle. Wonderful shot there from the young winger. And then Ignatius Parsi, in the most unlikely of fashions, Dave, scores a try that takes this game to within 4 points with just over 6 minutes to go. Strap yourselves in.
St Helens weren't hanging around. Whitby put the goal straight between the uprights. 18 points to 14. And who saw this coming 15 minutes ago?
Well, certainly not me. But a wise man once said, never write off the Saints. And here we go. Into the final moments, the final minutes of this contest. This is what we wanted.
Hearts refilled amongst those St Helens supporters. Now they believe. Now they believe. And Wigan have got to keep belief. They still lead the game, as they have done more or less for most of the game, but it's their turn to worry. 18 points to 14. 6.5 minutes to go. It's turning into a derby classic. And here's the unlikely hero from the position he scored from. Parsi driving it in. Wow, there's a fervour around the DW Stadium at the moment. Hope and anxiety mixed as a potent mixture. Percival back to the middle. Wellsby on its way. Sirenen now. Wigan desperate to hang on. Clark going in again. This is Knowles. And the offload. Clark was ready. Wellsby finding a route down the middle. Travelling superbly well. Wants to spring to his feet and does. And Clark carries on. And offers it off to Lees. And St Helens in a very good position to finish the set, much better than they could have expected. Wellsby again, sticks it high. Saylor came from his right shoulder in hot pursuit, and oh, he got there, but he spilt it forward.
No advantage.
And Wigan with no advantage get a scrum down.
Well, Dave, the Hearts were in the mouths of the home supporters. Saylor almost pinches his pocket. But they're finishing strongly here for St Helens. Just listen to the noise.
Well, it looked an inevitability since more or less the start of the second half. Never on the scoreline, but just in terms of the way the game was going. But now, anything can happen in this next 5 minutes. Whatever you thought the outcome was going to be, you may be surprised. O'Neill is pushed back. Saints defenders more willing than they have been throughout the game. Hill will take it on. Up goes Leeming, using defenders as a shield, tries to get it away, ball's gone to ground, referee says backwards and play on, no touch. It is still in the same tackle count, and that's 5 gone, and now it's the last. And back with Bevan French, looking for distance and hoping for a mistake, but Saylor's got over there and looks up and knows they're chasing, tries to squeeze through. That's tackle 1. 5 to go, but a distance to cover. Benison. Here's Whitby. Now Sambu. What an unlikely match winner he could be if he scored. Picked up by Benison and swung back towards Knowles. And along the line, Saylor's involved, Percival. But the big shoulder of Eckersley got in there and bumps him to the ground. Wellesby. It's Clark. And now it's Whitby. Sambu cut down. 5 gone, 1 to go. Switch back to the middle. Wellesby kicks and hopes. Field has not looked confident all day, but when it matters, he takes it in and he runs it back and finds a little bit of an escape route.
Morgan Knowles, the only bloke there chasing through the middle of the field. The footwork from Jay Field gets rid of him. Liam Marshall with a big carry into the youngster, George Whitby, makes him wear him.
Well, Wigan desperate to keep hold of this, not make any mistakes. St Helens looking for as big a contact as possible to try and spring the ball back their way. Dummy shown, O'Neill.
St Helens will maybe get 2 sets. Maybe.
Farrell. Saints go marching in at one end, boos ring out at the other in response. It's back with Smith. Spinning up there, Saylor keeps a cool head and a keen eye and a safe pair of hands. Wigan's chase again is gone, and Saylor has let it spill, and this will be a match winner from Amos Miske. Derby day delight for Wigan. They've had to do it the hard way, but if this is given, that will be that. What's it saying? Soft signal try. There's a bit of tidying up to do for the video referee, but Wigan are celebrating the victory already.
OK, rugby 0 tackle. We've got on-field decision off try. We're just checking that there's no Wigan knock-on after Saylor knocks on, so play it through from here. OK, so Tristan Saylor knocks on there, and that's his hand again and his hand again, so we can play on. Eckersley picks it up clean, so we can play on at this point. Can still play on. Do you have something tight for the grounding? Slow on this. Slow on this. And the ball is down. I've made my decision.
It has been all the fun of the fair. A roller coaster ride. But the final heights are hit by Wigan. Miske, a try scorer. And Wigan will take the honours to this roar.
Spirited effort there from Saints in that last 15 minutes to try and claw this game back. But I've said it all afternoon and I'll say it once more. It all comes off another mistake. That's St Helens' 10th error now. Tristan Saylor, he just wants Mark Percival to come underneath him just there. Bevan French makes a play for his arm. Ecclesley picks the ball up, and Abbas Miski slides over to win the derby and claim his second score of the afternoon. A thrilling contest it has been, but the champions will leave with 2 points for sure.
Well, a sellout crowd, and they'd all come back again. They'd all come back again to watch this one more time. But as the final minute is reached, it is Wigan who find themselves in an unbeatable position. Now they smile with utter confidence. Now they know their Easter is made. And the bragging rights this side of Billinge Hill are belonging to Wigan. In amongst the cacophony, Harry Smith silences all noise in his head to kick that one over and to make a wonderful end to what will be now a wonderful Wigan win, 24 points to 14. There's going to be a Good Friday party in plenty of Wigan's pubs and clubs and bars tonight. St Helens having to drown their sorrows, but they have played their part in what has been a terrific game.
They certainly have, Dave, but I think overall they've just given themselves too much to do after that first 40 minutes. And the 10 points difference
More accidental either way. No.
is what separates these two here this afternoon.
Well, he's going to be deflated in terms of, obviously he's delighted. Paul Wellens is going to be deflated in terms of result, but in terms of performance today, the win against Wakefield last week was a big one. They've got some big matches coming up, haven't they, St Anne's? Warrington away next week, Leeds and Magic weekend, Catalan at home. They've got Hope KR in that next run of 5 matches, so some big matches to come. This will give him some encouragement today.
Oh, without doubt, you know, the way that they performed in the second half as Wellesby throws the ball out to Benison, maybe one more here.
Field makes absolutely sure his is the last touch on a day when his was the first try. The hooter sounds. Wigan fans punch the air, but I tell you, the St Helens fans at the other end are off their seats and applauding their side's efforts today. Defeat for Paul Wellens, St Helens, but they battled hard. And on another day, maybe, just maybe, but it was Miski, just Miski, who finished it all in the end to make this, you'd have to say on balance, a deserved Wigan win.